What's going on, everybody? It's MasterAquatics and I'm just bringing you guys another video. So I am back on Reddit reacting to a few Reddit posts. Hopefully you guys enjoy these series. If not, I do apologize. Tune in tomorrow or the next few days and I'll be back on my regular scheduled programming, which means I'll be posting more videos of my fish tanks and all that stuff. Right now, this is what I got for you guys. So the first post that we have here says perfect betta tank. So this is not the perfect betta tank. This is actually the exact opposite of the perfect betta tank times 10. This is not something that you guys want to do. Hopefully the person that did this knows that that's not a good habitat for a betta. So I think they just did this for a picture as a joke, which they still shouldn't have done this. But that's a shot glass, which that betta can barely turn around in that thing. So hopefully the owner of this betta knows that that's not a good habitat. If not, then they're doing a pretty shitty thing. This one here says, and then you get this. That is the most disgusting fish tank that I've ever seen. And I know it seems like I'm coming off as crapping all over these people, but yo, this tank, I gotta crap all over the owner of this photo here. That screams shitty aquarium. Like, you can't be serious. I don't know how these people think that this is okay. You know, I've done some pretty crappy things with my fish, but the intentions were always good with me. I've always tried to do what's best for my fish, but this just screams I don't care from the owner. So hopefully the owner does something about this. Hopefully that's just like a holding tank. I don't even know what kind of fish are in there, but it looks like just regular, it looks like shiners, to be honest. So regardless of whatever type of fish that is, those fish need a better home. They can't be living in that green water. That is just filthy and disgusting. The next post that we have here is titled "Enough Fish, No." I've never kept any African cichlids, but I do know that the people that do keep these fish, they like to overstock them a little bit just so that the fish aren't too aggressive with each other, because that's one of the best things that you can do with aggressive fish, is to make sure that there's enough fish to establish a pecking order, but at the same time the superior fish aren't able to just bully all the other fish. There's always going to be a fish that's stronger than the other one in some way. So that's why they overstock these tanks. But I can't help but notice that the water is a little brown. I'm not going to say that this is a shitty aquarium, but maybe you guys can chime in and let me know down in the comments what you guys think of this one. If you leave a comment down below concerning this aquarium, put hashtag overstocked African cichlid tank and I'm gonna choose you to shout you out. I know I always promise to do shout outs, I forget, but this time I won't. But in my opinion, this tank could use just a little bit of work, but this is not the worst looking tank that I've seen on here. This one here says, husband found this 5-gallon tank with around 9 fish in it. He doesn't understand why that's bad. Let's take a look here. Okay, so this is a 10-gallon tank. Water looks good. There's a few goldfish in there. I mean, it's gonna take them a while for them to grow to a massive level. The goldfish aren't gonna die in there for sure. It might get stunted, but for the most part, they'll live a happy life. They just won't live to their maximum potential. This is a decent looking tank in my opinion, but it's not what's best for the goldfish, but it is livable. That's all I'm going to say about this one right here. This one here says 2 disasters on Craigslist. 80-gallon aquarium tank with stand like new, $500. So we got 2 turtles and an 80-gallon tank. Yeah, that's bad. I'm selling my like new 80 gallons aquarium with stand and 2 big green water turtles. I paid $750 only for the aquarium tank with the stand and $150 for each turtles. The aquarium tank comes with lamp. I never opened the lamp. Good deal. I'm selling it because I need space and it is a big aquarium tank. You can text me at blah 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 blah. And then he also has a goldfish that he's selling in a crappy 10-gallon tank with the crappy decorations. I have multiple items I'm trying to sell. If you're interested in anything, send me a message. I'm surprised he didn't say massage instead of message. And I will get you a price if it's not listed. So pretty much he's trying to rehome these 2 turtles. I don't know what he was thinking when buying this tank with the 2 turtles. From what I know, turtles need a really big habitat, especially turtles that size. You can't have turtles in a aquarium like that with no decoration. From my understanding, don't some turtles need land as well? They're not fully aquatic, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not an expert on turtles. I don't have turtles. I never kept turtles. You guys can leave some comments down below on that. But for me, being a master of fish keeping, I think that this is a red flag for me. 80-gallon tank is definitely not big enough for those turtles. They are in a jail cell right now, and there's not even any like decorations for them to enjoy. When it comes to fish, you can get away with not having any decorations, but I think with turtles you might need a few rocks and some other things. This one here says fish tank with 14 goldfish, kids lost interest. So again, we got the goldfish tank, and those are actually some nice goldfish for a change. Usually it's the crappy common looking one. This is a common trend where people go out, they'll buy a 10-gallon tank and they'll buy a goldfish, and then they'll buy the fake plants, they'll buy the fruity gravel, and then they throw a bunch of goldfish in there, and then 2 months later they're like, oh, we don't want these fish anymore. It's just really funny to me, and you guys might be wondering like, well, why is it always happening to the goldfish? I've said this plenty of times and no one believes me, but it's because they're really cheap fish. People are gonna buy the cheapest fish because they don't want to spend the extra bucks on an exotic fish, and they don't want it to die right away because they don't know what they're doing and they don't want to lose that money. And I don't blame them for that, but you know, they were just, these people here obviously were trying to make their kids happy, and the kids didn't care anymore. But poor goldfish, if I was in the area, I would definitely pick those guys up. They'd be better off with me. 29-gallon planet tank with 8 plecos, 2 mollies, and their whole mess of fry, and 3 goldfish. Why is this in the shitty aquarium section? That is a beautiful, well-kept aquarium. Why is this in the shitty aquarium? See, some fish elitists out there just love to talk shit. I don't understand. You got real plants in there, you got goldfish, and you don't even, this is like pleco heaven. If there's 8 plecos in there and they're babies, then what are you complaining about? You know, people always complain like, if a fish is destined to grow really big in the future, you can't put them as babies in a smaller aquarium. Yes, you can. You can do that. When it comes time to move them, then you move them to a bigger aquarium. Not all small fish that grow big need to start off in a big luxury aquarium. That's why some people, they get fish when they're small, and then when it's time for them to move, they give them away for adoption, or they find a new home for them. That's how it happens most of the time, you know. Plus, you know, when fish are small, they're cheaper and they're more affordable for people. Not every fish keeper is an elitist that with money like these people are, that like to talk shit about aquariums where there's nothing wrong with the aquarium. I would love to have an aquarium like that. And these 3 goldfish, yeah, they're beautiful and they're gonna get big one day, but they're not big right now. Eventually they're gonna get to a size where they'll need a bigger home. But this is very livable for these fish. I don't understand what the problem is. Do you guys agree with me on that or not? Let me know. Alright, this one here says, found this on Facebook Marketplace. I'm horrified. Holy shit. Okay, now this is a 10-gallon tank with some goldfish that I don't want goldfish to be in. That's a monstrosity right there. What is up with that filter? It's like all lopsided and shit. Yo, what is going on, man? Those are beautiful goldfish too. You spent more money on the goldfish than you did on your tank setup. Like what was your logic in that, buddy? All you cared about was the fish. You didn't care about the aquarium. You wanted to spend more money on the fish than you did on the fish tank. I don't understand some people. You know, you didn't even have common sense for this. Like, what's going on? And what's up with all them onions back there, boy? What's up with you and onions? Alright, this one here says 100% no leak. Yeah? How long will that last? Let's go ahead and click on that. Yeah, that's not a good idea. Your tank is going to explode one day, and that is a 55-gallon tank on a crappy dresser. Yo, your tank is going to flood one day. It probably won't happen the next day or next week or next month or next year, but eventually, yes, that thing is going to crack from all the pressure of the water, and it's not going to be good for your home. You are going to have to steam clean your carpet if you have carpet, and you're going to spend a lot of money on that, and you're not going to be happy. You need to fix that soon. You need to fix that soon, bro. Like ASAP. That is a giant goldfish. That's either a giant goldfish or that's like a 2-gallon tank. That's like a 5-gallon tank. But man, again, what's up with the logic? You spend more money on the fish. Those goldfish, I've seen them at PetSmart for like $30, and I've seen a 5-gallon tank for like $10, just the tank itself. So you spend about $30 on the tank setup and $30 on the fish. I mean, why? Why do this to the goldfish? What did the goldfish do to you, man? Give that goldfish a better home. I think that goldfish would rather live in your toilet than live in this shitty fish tank that you have it in. That's a shitty aquarium. Well, I mean, I gotta say that's pretty creative, but you know, that has to be fake. How are those fish going to live in there with you moving that guitar around while you play it? They're gonna get motion sickness. They're gonna get dizzy. They're gonna puke. They're gonna throw up. All that gravel is gonna move around too when you pick that up and start to play it. Unless that's just one of those guitars that you just leave because it's just to look at. Anyways, cool guitar, bro, but not cool for the goldfish. Alright guys, so I think that'll be it for today. Hopefully you guys like this series. If you guys want me to do more of these series, please let me know down in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I'll have more videos on my fish tanks. I'm setting up a new tank. Hopefully you guys are excited for that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and peace.